Most governments nowadays started as small civilizations, but that begs the question, what is the perfect civilization? Most powers in society have gained that power from battling through wars to get to where they are today. But what if there's a civilization that has gained enough power that towers most of the world's governments without the destruction of war? Well, there might just be. We cross the seas and land to find untouched tribes and cultures to add to the wide collection of knowledge to give to the world presented in websites, books, and museums. But what if there's a fully functioning civilization that has been untouched for thousands of years and is out there waiting to be discovered? And when I mean out there, I mean out there. Space has only been a believable feat to conquer recently in 1968 when the Americans landed the Apollo 11 spacecraft on the moon. Maybe, just maybe that's as far as we need to go. Meet the Lunam. These people have been around for an unknown amount of time and inhabit the moon as its caregivers. The only reason we have not spotted them is that they don't live on the moon, they live in it. The gravity on the moon is light compared to our own here on Earth, but only on the surface. This society lives on the inner walls as is the lunar surface. The core of the moon is like ours, but way less hot. This is what gives mankind on the moon enough gravity to stay on the surface of the moon as well as jumping around like humanoid rabbits. The core pushes the Lunam people to the walls of the moon and makes it easier to build there and live. By the way, this symbol is a representative of the culture of the Lunam people, so you don't have to get much into it. The normal lifestyle of these people rotate around these symbols. It's sort of like a religion, but with no prayers and no lost Sundays. All of these symbols represent workstations that run the whole civilization and keeps them alive. The first is the symbol of Technoliat, meaning technology. Even though most of the Lunam people are similar to that of humans, with the same organs and body parts, one thing is different. The digestive tract conceives of a thin line of special silver alloy that dissolves when being in contact with normal human foods like vegetables, fruit, wheat, and etc. So what does the Technoliat sector mean for this? Well as providing the planetary civilization with tech that they can use, this is all their food source. I know it may seem crazy, but there are special factories that specialize with this type of production with metal, small circuit boards, and chips, just to name a few. The examples I give you have different nutrition values, like the metal, like meat, produces a lot of iron, and small circuit boards give off energy. The second symbol is very important and is the most used sector. Liish, otherwise known as medical, and conceives of most of the Lunam people's lives. The people's lives are bound with devices on their back that sort of work as cooling systems that you find in computers and laptops. This device cools down the bodies. As they said before, they live next to a core. It may not be as hot as ours, but it can really burn up in there. Thousands of years ago, the core was protected by an atmospheric bubble that surrounded it. This proved to be difficult for the Lunam people to live as the temperature of the core was toned down, but was still scorching. 70 degrees Celsius to be exact, or 122 degrees Fahrenheit. This made simple tasks harder to do, like walking, sitting, and sleeping. It was only 243 years ago that the Liish division was created. One named man, Douglas Ruffleton, copyrighted the first Holstone AC unit and only created the division to keep his product in check. This proved to be a big success as the units got bought and upgraded over time to provide the best cooling for all customers. But as great as this sounds, the units tend to break over time and a lot of people had to go to the Liish building to get it fixed. This is why the division is the most important as well as normal checkups and surgery. The third symbol is of the science division, called in the native tongue as Uliuft. This is the division that gives knowledge to the various others like the technology and medical sectors. This helps everyone in the community even though it has a small part. Small but powerful. There is not much else known as the people that run this sector keep the secrets inside. The Imperium Oculus is translated to the government eye and is basically the people who run the civilization in the moon. The foundation of this government was just before the creation of the Liish sector. All the leaders of the divisions came together to create a cohort that will always keep the Lunam people safe from all evils. 6 weeks ago, the government eyes came together for an annual conference that introduces new rules or ideas. One of these was going to be the destruction of an evil that has been terrorizing them for quite some time. A device was going to be built for all division's power to destroy the home planet of their terrorizers. Their carbon lifeforms will die in the hands of the Lunam people in the next 24 hours from a deadly laser that will overheat the core of the planet. The lives of the Lunam people will be saved from the wicked doings of the Homnium. Goodbye, the world of Earth.
What the